Have you ever looked at someone who has been struggling with money for years and wondered, why aren't things changing for them? Why do they work and work and work, but never get ahead? Or maybe you've asked yourself the same question about your own life, wondering why, despite all your effort, all your sacrifice, all your intentions, things remain the same. Today, I want to take you behind the scenes of financial failure, into the hidden patterns, the subconscious decisions, the internal traps that keep broke people broke. Because the truth is, most people don't stay broke because of a lack of money. They stay broke because of money traps, psychological traps, emotional traps, behavioral traps that quietly sabotage their financial growth without them even realizing it. There are 7 hidden traps that destroy wealth faster than any economic crisis, faster than any job loss, faster than any bad luck. And if you don't identify them, if you don't break them, no amount of hard work, motivation, or goal setting will change your financial life. So today we're going to expose these traps one by one, not to judge anyone, but to free you, to open your eyes, to shift your mindset, to give you the awareness you need to finally escape the cycle that keeps millions financially stuck for life. The first hidden money trap is the comfort trap. Most broke people are addicted to comfort. They avoid anything that feels unfamiliar, uncertain, challenging, or uncomfortable. They stick to the same job for years, even if it pays poorly because it feels safe. They avoid learning new skills because it feels difficult. They delay investing because it feels confusing. They reject opportunities because they feel intimidated. They spend money impulsively because consumption brings emotional comfort. Comfort becomes a drug, and slowly it becomes a prison. But wealthy people know that comfort is the enemy of progress. Growth lives in discomfort. Skills grow in discomfort. Opportunities are born from discomfort. Freedom is earned through discomfort. If you want to escape financial stagnation, you must break your addiction to comfort. Otherwise, comfort will break your future. The second hidden money trap is the short-term mindset trap. Broke people think in days, in weeks, in immediate feelings, in instant gratification. They want results now. They want progress now. They want pleasure now. They chase the feeling of right now at the cost of their future. They buy things emotionally. They spend tax refunds instantly. They upgrade their lifestyle the moment they get a small raise. They avoid anything that takes time to grow because the payoff feels too far away. Meanwhile, wealthy people think in years and decades. They think about compounding. They think about long-term payoff. They think about delayed gratification. They make decisions today that benefit their future self, not their current impulses. This difference in time perspective alone creates 2 entirely different lives. Long-term thinkers build wealth almost automatically. Short-term thinkers destroy it without noticing. The third hidden trap is the income-only trap. Broke people obsess over earning more income but never build assets. They think the key to wealth is simply making more money. So they jump from job to job, chasing slightly higher pay. They work overtime. They pick up extra shifts. They push themselves physically harder and harder. But no matter how much income they earn, they never break out of the cycle because their money comes in and immediately flows out. They never build savings. They never invest. They never create additional income streams. They never acquire assets that grow without their labor. Wealthy people understand that income doesn't make you rich. Assets do. Savings do. Investments do. Ownership does. A broke person can make $100,000 a year and stay broke forever because they rely on income alone. A wealthy person can build millions starting with far less because they focus on assets instead of consumption. The fourth hidden trap is emotional spending. This is one of the biggest silent killers of wealth. Broke people use money to manage emotions. They buy things when they're stressed. They buy things when they're sad. They buy things to reward themselves. They buy things to feel worthy. They buy things because they're bored. They buy things to escape their reality. And every time they do, they push wealth further away. Emotional spending is a form of self-sabotage disguised as self-care. Wealthy people do the opposite. They separate money from emotions. They make financial decisions based on logic, not feelings. They understand that money is a tool, not therapy. They use money to build stability, not escape discomfort. If you want to be rich, you must learn emotional control. You must learn to sit with discomfort without buying your way out of it. Because real self-care is financial freedom, not a shopping cart. The fifth hidden trap is the environment trap. Your environment shapes your financial destiny more than you realize. Broke people surround themselves with other broke thinkers, people who complain, who fear risk, who avoid responsibility, who waste money, who judge success, who discourage ambition, who normalize bad habits. And because these behaviors become familiar, they start to feel normal. But normal is the reason people stay stuck. Wealthy people are extremely intentional about their environment. They surround themselves with goal-oriented people, growth-minded people, disciplined people, people who think bigger. They know that being around the wrong people can pull you down faster than any external obstacle. If everyone around you is financially dysfunctional, you will be too, unless you break the cycle consciously. The sixth hidden trap is the self-limiting belief trap. Broke people carry a lifetime of mental programming that whispers, "You can't do it, you're not smart enough, you're not the entrepreneurial type, you're not disciplined, you're not good with money, people like you don't get rich, the system is against you, it's too late, you'll never escape your past." These beliefs act like chains. They control behavior, they shape habits, they dictate decisions, they hold people back from even trying. Meanwhile, wealthy people aren't necessarily more talented. They're just not limited by their beliefs. They believe wealth is possible. They believe they can learn. They believe they can adapt. They believe they can grow. They believe they can build a different life. And because they believe they can, they act accordingly. Your beliefs determine your actions. Your actions determine your results. If you never challenge your limiting beliefs, you will never challenge your financial reality. The seventh hidden trap is the avoidance trap. Broke people avoid financial reality. They avoid looking at their bank account. They avoid budgeting. They avoid learning about money. They avoid confronting their debt. They avoid facing their mistakes. They avoid taking responsibility. They avoid planning. They avoid thinking long term. They avoid the very things that would help them. Avoidance feels safe, but it destroys your future. It keeps you blind. It keeps you reactive. It keeps you stuck. Wealthy people do the opposite. They confront reality. They face their numbers. They study their patterns. They make adjustments. They take initiative. They analyze, learn, adapt, improve. Avoidance keeps you powerless. Awareness makes you powerful. But these traps go even deeper than behavior. They shape identity. A person trapped in comfort is not just avoiding discomfort. They believe they aren't capable of thriving outside it. A person trapped in short-term thinking is not just impatient. They believe their future isn't worth investing in. A person obsessed with income instead of assets believes wealth is only available through effort, not through strategy. A person who spends emotionally believes money exists to soothe them, not to free them. A person surrounded by broke thinkers believes success is abnormal or suspicious. A person with limiting beliefs has an identity built around fear. And a person who avoids reality believes they are too fragile to face the truth. And here's the devastating part. People don't simply fall into these traps. They live in them. They justify them. They defend them. They protect them. They build their personality around them. And this is why breaking free feels so difficult. You're not just fighting habits, you're fighting an identity. But what if you change that identity? What if you redefine who you are financially? What if you stopped seeing yourself as someone who struggles and started seeing yourself as someone capable, disciplined, strategic, intentional? Someone who builds wealth instead of sabotaging it? Someone who learns instead of avoids? Someone who grows instead of hides? Someone who acts instead of reacts? Someone who takes responsibility instead of blaming? Everything would change. Because wealth is not a number. Wealth is a personality, a mindset, a daily practice, a series of decisions repeated consistently over years. Wealthy people are not wealthy because of what they do. They are wealthy because of how they think. Imagine breaking the comfort trap and embracing challenges. Imagine breaking the short-term trap and thinking decades ahead. Imagine breaking the income trap and building assets that pay you. Imagine breaking emotional spending and gaining emotional control. Imagine breaking environment limitations and surrounding yourself with winners. Imagine breaking self-limiting beliefs and stepping into confidence. Imagine breaking avoidance and facing your finances with strength. This is how wealth begins. Wealth begins the moment you stop repeating the behaviors that keep you poor. Wealth begins when you stop feeding the traps. Wealth begins when you choose awareness. Wealth begins when you choose responsibility. Wealth begins when you choose new habits. Wealth begins when you stop playing small. So if this message opened your eyes, if you felt even one trap connect with your life, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and comment below which trap you're breaking today. Because breaking these 7 traps is not just the path to wealth, it's the path to freedom. And today, your freedom began.